Josee Champoux.
Ooh, look at that. A band leader, born for it.
This guy, Evan Kay, musical director, doing the thing. I get to do the finger point, but even if I didn't, it would still happen that way.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If I had a keyboard, I'd do the full Paul Schaefer gimmick.
I'm thinking about buying him a clip-on ponytail and those glasses that Paul Schaefer used to wear. If I'm not
Get the whole
mistaken,
pad going?
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Paul Schaefer is from Canada,
God, I hope so.
and
Yes.
so are you.
I am from Canada.
Evan confirms it. Paul Schaefer's from
Yes.
Canada.
Yes.
Also, I mean, let's talk about, first of all, you're from Canada.
I am.
You are from Antigonish, Nova Scotia.
Antigonish, yeah.
Antigonish.
Yes.
Did I get the pronunciation close?
Close enough, honestly. At
All
least you knew where it was. So.
Yeah. Nova Scotia is the eastern seaboard side of Canada.
Yes.
What's it like over there, man?
Cold.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely
totally.
cold.
Yeah.
Great in the summer. Perfect for touring. All that fun stuff. But yeah, it's snowing quite a bit when you're that close to the ocean.
Totally. I mean, so we, from Canada, we've got you, obviously. We've got Paul Schaefer.
Yes.
We've got Ryan Reynolds.
We do.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain. Thank you, Evan. Who are some of your other favorite, like, incredibly successful Canadians?
Some of my favorite ones, obviously, are Avril Lavigne.
Oh, totally.
Big
Yeah.
fan of her. Huge Sidney Crosby fan, especially this week. But
Totally,
that's not going to
absolutely.
music one. And then obviously we have Chad Kroeger, which,
Got
as we know, is a real big
Nickelback.
thing for me.
Right. Now, you are, unironically, nor should you be, you are a diehard Nickelback fan.
I absolutely am.
So am I, for the
As
record.
you should be.
Yeah. I mean, what is up with all the Nickelback hate, man?
Someone thought it was cool one time, and, you know.
That joke just took off. I mean, admittedly, Chad Kroeger's hair was weird when they got famous. He had weird hair.
He did,
Right?
he did, yeah.
He
And then
did.
he got the straightening iron,
He got
and
the
everything
straightening
was
iron,
okay.
Shaved it down a little bit, but he got it under control. Not like you. You have amazing hair.
Thank
Do
you.
you have like a hair routine? What's the situation?
You know, there's a slight routine. You got to blow it dry, especially in the humidity down here. But I feel like with a last name like Shampoo, you can't be walking around with greasy hair and
Right.
having it everywhere. So
What do you have a favorite shampoo?
honestly, I just use Tresemme for how much
Oh.
hair I have.
Ooh
You,
la la.
you can't be spending hundreds of dollars on shampoo. You got to go drugstore.
All right. Okay, so you grew up in Canada.
I did.
And you started playing music there.
Yes.
Did you go to school for music?
I did. So not in high school. I did summer camps a lot down in Boston, and then after I graduated, I went to college at Berklee College of Music.
Yeah,
down in
but
Boston.
before then, you went to Holland College.
Holland College, I did.
So
yes.
you went to music college before music college.
So they have a shared program there, whereas once you get into Berkeley, if you want to, stay in Canada and do your first 2 years of like all the general ed stuff,
Get all the
at
math
Holland
and
College,
science out of the
get
way.
the math and science, and then like the basic theories, the things that you can do anywhere before you kind of hone in on whatever your major is going to be. So I did 2 years there, and then 3 years in Boston.
So you did 3 years at the prestigious Berklee College of Music.
I did.
In Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And you majored in songwriting.
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is the day, a day in the life of a songwriting student in friggin' Boston? What is that like?
It was so fun. I went there kind of in the middle of that pandemic thing we had a few years ago.
You were in Boston during Corona lockdown?
I got home right before the first full lockdown because it was right around spring break, and I was going home anyway. But then I came back to Boston for that fall, so I was back by September.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the day-to-day life was great. Berkeley knows their demographic of students, and most classes didn't start really before 9, even 10, so it was pretty good.
All
And,
right.
rehearsals went pretty late into the evening. I would find myself sometimes at rehearsals until 2 a.m., but that's okay.
So they were not only like teaching you in college how to be a songwriter, they were teaching you what the musician lifestyle is like.
Absolutely.
They're like, get up late, go to bed late,
Yeah.
a lot of music, plenty of drinking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Mom,
No?
no. Yes.
I'm sure. You're from Canada. I'm sure your mom is. She's like, I know she's had a couple of drinks.
One or two.
Because actually, to that fact, the beer in Canada is stronger than the beer in America.
You know, Tim Hicks did say that.
So that is a song, apparently.
Yes,
I mean,
it
not
is.
apparently. Everyone knows. It's a song called "We Have Stronger Beer."
Yes.
Right. And how strong is the beer in Canada? To make a whole song about it.
To make a whole song about it, you know, the IPAs are up there. You know, you get my dad's favorite beer is a Kitchen Party. I think it's about 7%, and and you know, there's something about a craft beer that hits a little different than a domestic beer.
You're not messing around at that point.
I think the strongest beer I've ever had was 13%, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, honestly,
did
but
it
it was
taste
there.
good?
No, God no.
So like habitually, stronger beer, colder weather,
Yep,
talented, hilarious people.
you'd think.
I mean, I'm sitting here with one of the nicest, funniest people I have ever met.
Thank you.
I mean, is your whole family like that? Do you come from like a funny, talented family?
I honestly definitely do. Yes.
Who's the funniest person in your family?
I think my brother is the funniest person.
Okay.
I know. He always finds a way to make me laugh. Talent goes both ways with, I would say, both my parents. Musically, it's Dad.
Okay.
He's got an ear that's indescribable.
What does Dad play? Is he a guitar player?
He plays piano, guitar, and everything by ear. He's never been taught anything, and he hears a song once, and he's like, let me just sit down and do it.
I'm just 23 skidoo this song that I just
Yeah,
heard.
and does it perfectly. And I'm like, how dare you?
Who gave you permission?
Who gave you permission? I took theory for 6 years to know how to do this.
So your brother's really funny. Was that
Yes.
tough growing up? Does he tease you a lot?
He does. It's definitely, we were good friends, and then preteens hit, and we weren't good friends, and then now we're good friends again, so it's okay.
Speaking of friends,
Yes.
you put out your first single
I did.
called "Just Between Friends."
I did, produced by you. Thank you so much.
Not that is an unsolicited plug, but yes, I did get to produce it.
Yes.
I mean, so that was your first song you ever put out, but when you brought it into my studio, I was like, dang, that's a great song.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
you sing it, like, when you sing, it's incredible.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I
You know,
appreciate that.
We were just talking to Miles Bally. You know
Yeah.
him?
I've met him once or twice.
Yeah. I mean, so Miles, one of your best friends
Yes.
in this town, and you guys put out a song together that I also got to produce.
Yes.
But like the rapport between you two is hilarious because you are both so fun. You're both
Thank
funny
you.
and like when, like the same way we're saying Miles is up on stage and people are having a great time. When you're up there, you make people have a better day than they were having previously.
Thank you. That is like one of the best things to hear, so thank you.
Honest to goodness. I have seen you perform like for a room full of complete strangers and they are like wanting to like take pictures with you at the end and you just like whatever day they were having, it's better now after they've seen you perform.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, where does that come from? Like you just get up, you just be yourself and people are like, dang.
I mean, I think it also comes from I love to perform, and it's like even on the tired days and on the hard days, it's like that's absolutely where I'd rather be than anywhere else, and it's hard to not kind of be like that up on stage and hang out like that, and if that extends to other people in the room, that's so exciting for me because I love to share that with people.
I mean, that you do.
Thank you.
So I'm really glad because you're out there, you're playing Broadway, you're like, you're making the living, you're doing the things, you are succeeding in Nashville, but now you're putting out original music, and it's great songs. The first one came out, Just Between Friends.
Yes.
Very exciting. Like, what's the story behind that song?
Story behind that song is, is truly what it says. It's a friendship of mine that should have stayed just that. It wasn't worth. It was not worth the time and the energy, and I wish I didn't spend it. And I'm glad the song came out of it, but I don't plan on wasting my time like that ever again.
You know, when some people say we shouldn't ruin the friendship, you were like, you know what? Just forget it all. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Like shoulda, and then, the friendship wasn't gonna last after that anyway, and I'm glad you weren't even that good of a friend anyway either. So.
Well, I highly suggest people go check out Just Between Friends. And perfect timing because you are just about to put out your second single, also I got to produce it, called I Just Want to Know, or
Yes.
Just Want to Know.
Yeah.
And that is a gorgeous ballad. It's also comes from like a romantic relationship standpoint, is that right?
It does, and I mean, this is one I wrote a little bit later in life, and it was honestly when I was very much over that situation, and I like to think that I'm pretty good at, with memory and recalling things. I got to sit in those feelings that I used to have without actually feeling them, and
yeah.
get to write this and this story once I was kind of through that and over that. But I wrote this actually when I first went home for COVID, and I was driving around with my best friend because there's nothing else you can do when the whole world is shut down, and we passed by my very first boyfriend's house, and I was like 15, and like it was not that deep, but the song makes it sound like it was that deep.
I mean, the emotion that you put into it does make it sound very, very deep.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know what song you're planning to play tonight, but I'm excited either way. I just get to hear
you.
whatever you're about to sing. Will you sing a song for us now?
I absolutely will. Thank you
That's
so
tuned
much.
to Half Step Down.
Half